Live with coverage you can count on, this is News 13 Sunday morning.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 13 Sunday morning. This is a live look at Myrtle Beach at the boardwalk. It looks like a beautiful morning. Almost can't tell that it's cold there, Andrew.
I know, it certainly is frosty though. It's a little bit of a deceiving picture there. Plenty of sunshine, but it's definitely frigid this morning.
Yes. Good morning. I'm Amy Vetrano in for Libba Holland.
And thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Phillips.
Well, last night was a big night for any college football fans. Rivalry night. Carolina and Clemson played. I went to bed before the end of the game, but I'm pretty sure Carolina won.
Carolina did win, and then, of course, my dogs won.
Your dogs won, yep. My Tigers, the LSU Tigers, played on Friday. I kind of felt left out yesterday because I didn't have a football game, anybody to cheer with. But it seems like everybody who's won is in good spirits for this cool weather.
Yeah, definitely. I know you need it for this morning because it's frigid as you hop out the door. I mean, only in the 20s for a lot of us this morning.
20. That sounds scary. All right.
We do have warmer weather on the way, so some good news.
Great. Thanks, Andrew. Let's hear about that a little later.
All right.
Thank you very much. All right. The White House and a lame duck Congress has only weeks to hammer out a deal to avoid the dreaded so-called fiscal cliff. Athena Jones explains where negotiation stands when lawmakers return from their holiday break.
After meeting with President Obama before the Thanksgiving holiday,
well, I want to welcome the congressional leadership here.
Congressional leaders express optimism about reaching a deal to avoid $500 billion in tax increases and spending cuts set to take effect next year.
We had a very constructive meeting with the president to talk about America's fiscal problem.
We have the cornerstones of being able to work something out.
Staffers have been working behind the scenes to find common ground. Among the big sticking points, how to bring in more tax revenue and reduce spending on programs like Medicare. But it's not yet clear when lawmakers and the president will meet next. And even if some progress is made this week, a final deal could still be a long way off.
We rarely see the Hill and the White House make decisions early. They tend to do better when they have a deadline. So I would be pleasantly surprised to see a deal emerge earlier than the end of the year, but we'll see.
That was Athena Jones reporting. Unless a compromise is reached, tax hikes and steep spending cuts will take effect at the beginning of the year. New this morning, one person is dead after their car ran off the road near Hartsville. It happened close to midnight on East Carolina Avenue. The Highway Patrol says a Suburban ran off the right side of the road, hit two driveways, and overturned. The driver was wearing a seatbelt, but he died. His identity has not been released yet. An 8-year-old boy was also in the car. He was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the vehicle. The boy was transferred to the hospital, but we have no word on his condition right now. Count on News 13 to keep you covered on this story on air and online at WBTW.com.
We are starting out very chilly this morning. The coldest air of the season is around a lot of us into the 20s, still into the low 30s for many of us this morning. Even along the coast, we are still into the low 30s as well. Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, 30 and 32 degrees. Inland Horry County slowly starting to warm up. We're at 30 degrees in Conway. Then in the inland areas, starting out into the mid-20s this morning, so you want to bundle up as you do head out the door. Probably even want to warm up the car this morning. 26 degrees currently in Quinby, 26 Maxton, 28 degrees Lumberton. Cheraw still holding in the 20s as well. The rest of us all right around the freezing mark, but thankfully not seeing much in the way of wind out there. Seeing the winds out of the north at 6 miles an hour along the beaches, so a little bit breezy along the coast. Inland areas seeing calm winds though this morning, but with those winds along the coast making it feel even colder, feeling like it is in the 20s along the beaches. Inland areas feeling right around the actual temperature, right around 30 degrees for this morning, but we'll see plenty of sunshine this afternoon. That'll really help to warm us up. We'll be 50 degrees here as you are headed out to lunch. So still a little bit chilly in Marion, but definitely starting to warm up through this afternoon. And at the beaches, much of the same. Will be at 51 degrees here by lunchtime if you're headed out to lunch in the Market Common. On our way into the mid-50s again for this afternoon, so much like we did see yesterday for afternoon highs. So if you do have that tea time this morning, definitely a frosty one to start the day. We'll be at 32 degrees here by 8 o'clock, but then into the 50s by lunchtime, eventually warming into the mid-50s by this afternoon. So your forecast headlines showing that frosty start to the day. Will be sunny but cool for this afternoon, but then some much warmer air starts to move in for the work week. I'll have a look at that coming up in just a few minutes. Amy?
All right, thanks, Andrew. No golf for me, too cold. All right, nestled between big shopping days like Black Friday and Cyber Monday was Small Business Saturday. It's a national push to get more shoppers spending money closer to home. News 13's Kelsey Riggs was out in it yesterday and shows us how it benefits the community.
Some of the biggest hype around holiday shopping comes the day after Thanksgiving. But pretty soon, 2 days after Thanksgiving, crowds of shoppers may still be filling their bags.
It's taking some time to catch hold because it's something new.
That's something new is Small Business Saturday, and it's not just about shopping, it's about shopping small.
The small businesses, they're the backbone of America. They're the backbone of every community.
This is only the third year for Small Business Saturday, but Mayor Rhodes says it's important for Myrtle Beach to get involved.
They need to have the support. They need for the residents to get out and shop with them.
And small business owners in Market Commons say bringing attention to shopping small is important during the holiday season.
A lot of times people don't realize the high percentage of what local businesses truly make up in the local community.
The holiday season in general, I think, is a great time of the year for retail businesses. But to have a day like today that focuses on small businesses, I think that is more important to people around here.
And Mayor Rhodes agrees and has a simple message for shoppers.
Give the small business people a chance to survive. When they go dark, you start to miss them. So no, don't give them a chance to go dark.
So this holiday season, as you start planning big, consider shopping small. Reporting in Myrtle Beach, Kelsey Riggs, News 13.
Holiday decorations on the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk help families get ready for the holidays. Holidays on the boardwalk began Saturday afternoon with Santa riding in on a motorcycle. There were also live performances throughout the day. The ceremony ended with an appearance by the mayor, who flipped the switch to show all the Christmas lights decorating the boardwalk.
The ocean and Christmas is not always something you think about, but when you do come down here, you enjoy the weather, you enjoy the atmosphere. And having the lights, the ocean, the spirit of the holidays, it's all different.
Holidays on the boardwalk will take place every Saturday through the end of the year. Well, the Florence National Cemetery could soon expand. The Florence Morning News reports the county and city councils plan to allow the cemetery to accommodate burials for an additional 20 years. The cemetery director says without the expansion, the current acreage will likely be full in 6 to 8 years. The Florence Cemetery is among 3 national cemeteries in South Carolina. The animal organizations from all over Horry County gathered Saturday afternoon on the south end for a fundraiser. Friends of Horry County Animal Care Center put on an adopt-a-thon and pig pickin'. It took place at the Beaver Bar in Murrells Inlet. Anyone could attend and adopt a dog or buy pet accessories. After only 30 minutes, one group adopted 4 dogs out, a trend the organizer wanted to see continue.
There's always a need. We're at the end of puppy and kitten season, thank God, and we just need to get as many of these guys into new homes as possible.
Organizers say they are also in need of pet food and other supplies. If you would like to donate, just go to our website, WBTW.com, to find out how. A South Carolina woman proves that friendship transcends all differences, even college football rivalries. Kate McKee tells us about her selfless gift.
You know, it's just fun that you can go, yeah, well, we beat you this year. Well, I remember 63-17 or you.
They're a house divided, but Andy TV Paul and Brittany Gregory are young, in love, and engaged, despite the fact that Andy's Clemson and Brittany's Carolina. But this couple has bigger things to worry about than a rivalry.
Here we are in our 20s getting ready to get married, and we're now looking at an organ transplant and dialysis and these things that we never thought we'd have to face.
During a trip to the hospital after an accident, Andy found out his kidneys were failing. He needed dialysis, and more importantly, he needed a kidney.
Just complete shock and utter disbelief of, you know, I'm 27, this really can't be happening to me.
Andy was told he might have to wait 2 years to receive a new kidney, so they started looking for live donors, someone who was O positive and ready to help.
Hey, friend!
Allison Smith is Brittany's best friend. She's an avid Gamecock fan, but more importantly, a match.
And I'm looking forward to giving this gift.
It's a gift helping Andy get off daily dialysis and marry her best friend.
This gives me a chance to live a more, normal and healthier life because, someone is being so selfless and giving of a vital organ like a kidney.
And they love each other so much, and it's just this great example of a relationship, and you're like, why them? But I think that, God gives the biggest burdens to the people who can carry the weight.
Burdens handled best with a little humor.
I told Andy there's a huge risk that, I have a garnet and black kidney, and he could wake up a Carolina fan.
A rivalry that will forever continue between fans who will forever be friends despite their colors.
Now, what a great story. That was Kate McKee reporting. Next on News 13, we'll see pictures of the leveled bar after the gas explosion in Springfield, Massachusetts. Turns out there was more damage than originally thought. Stay with us.